Okay, we're gonna install NanoClaw. NanoClaw is like OpenClaw, but it's a personal AI agent that's secure, lightweight. It runs securely in a container. And we're gonna install that and try to explain the installation so that you can follow along. Let's see. The first thing we need to do is install Claude as a dependency. So I've got Claude code here with a quick start, and the biggest thing is that with Claude code we can just run this curl command, and you do have to be familiar with the terminal. So I've got a terminal Ghost TY, which works great, and I've got a browser. So those are the things we need. We can install by copying this command line and going over to our terminal and running. And that's going to kick off an install script for Claude Code. And you'll need either a Claude account or a Claude API key. So let's see if we type Claude. Oh, yeah. So we need to run this command to basically make the Claude binary available on our command line. So now we can type Claude. That should start up Claude code, and we'll just accept the defaults. And we have a subscription, so we'll use that, and we will log in with Google, and we will choose our account. Not sure what that was. We'll continue. And authorize. Okay, so we can close that, go back to our terminal and hit enter, and we can hit enter again, and yes, we're trusting the folder clause. Okay, so now let's exit and go back to our browser, and we're going to go to the NanoClaw quick start, and you do have to have Git installed with this quick start, but there may be other ways to install this, but Git comes default, or you can do brew install Git if you don't have it. And you also need Node.js, which is important too. I'm pretty sure I have Node.js on here. Yep. And let's go ahead and clone our NanoClaw, and then we're going to cd into NanoClaw, and we're going to launch Claude. So we're going to say Claude, and basically we're launching in the NanoClaw folder, and then we're going to initialize the install by doing setup. Now that's the 3-step getting started, super simple. Now as we go through the setup, it's going to prompt us and ask us certain things, and I'll try my best to go through each component. So it's going to ask for approval, and I'm going to say yes and don't ask again for bash. And I'm going to give this a name. If I need to. Okay, so we're going to call an npx command to set up a step environment. So I'm going to select yes and not ask again anytime it calls npx. And then we clone the directory. We recommend forking so you can push um, customizations. We don't care. We're going to continue without the fork for now. And basically, when you fork code, it's like you can make it in your own workspace and make customizations to it. So we will want to add an upstream so we can get the updates. So we have our origin remote and our upstream, which is the same, so it doesn't really matter. Now the interesting thing is it says it supports Apple containers, so it'll be interesting to see if it will allow us to use an Apple container, or do we have to use Docker? I don't know if I have Docker installed on this system or not. Oh, the environment shows Docker is running, no existing configuration. Since Apple container isn't available, we'll use Docker. Okay, I was going to use Docker. So that's another thing is you have to have a container system installed, and Docker desktop is probably super easy. Never used Apple containers, so I don't know what's involved with that, but yeah, that would be interesting to check into. I definitely will. And the biggest thing we want to try to accomplish today is just get it to work with Telegram. And basically, when you install this, this will be in a container. So yes, we want to use our Claude subscription. It'll be installed in a container, completely self-contained from the rest of your system. So it will not have any access to the rest of the system. Let's see. Open another terminal and run Claude setup token. So we're going to open another terminal and run Claude setup token. And it's going to just set up our token. Cool. And then the copy token outputs. I have to edit this out. Claude code OAuth token. Okay. So now it's testing that we have the token. And we want to connect with Telegram and nothing else. Okay, I'm gonna get a bot token. So basically, to get a bot token, you go to your Telegram app and find bot father and say I want to slash new bot, and then the bot father will create a new bot for you and give you a copy button that you'll copy and paste in. So I'm going to name my bot Ram from the Tron movie. Ram bot. And I'm going to copy the code and say that I have a token. And say, yes, we want to add the Telegram plugin. And we want to merge it into our main, I suppose. And we want to install and build. And we're going to run our test, make sure everything works. Okay, looks like there's a couple of failing tests we're going to fix. Yeah, this is not an easy setup, that's for sure. Okay, now they need our bot token. I have it ready. Please paste, okay? Please add to the .env file. Okay. Maybe I misunderstood it. Okay, now it is confirmed. And now we're going to sync the container. Okay, I've got my little Telegram here. Okay, so we want to keep it sandbox. We don't want any access to anything else. Okay, we want to proceed. So we're going to try to get the chat ID. Open your bot in Telegram, search for its username, then send chat ID to it. Did I misspell chat ID? Okay, let's troubleshoot. Yep, so it's having trouble connecting because it can't find the Docker command. Didn't know that I installed Docker on this. I bet it's... Okay, so now we're kind of updating paths so that we can try to find Docker, is my guess. All right, let's try again. All right, we got a chat ID. Okay, we're going to paste that in. It's a DM chat. Please paste the chat ID. Okay. Did it not? No. It's that. See if it will update it. Okay, it did. Okay, now so we're going to try to launch NanoClaw. Would you like, and no, so agent swarm mode will allow us to set up multiple agents and give them all different bots in Telegram. I prefer to use Hive, and I'm happy to talk about that later, but no, I'm going to skip that. Okay, so now we can test it. Let's send some messages. Okay, so I'm going to rename them, and then I'm going to tell them a little bit about me. Okay. Our mission is to produce incredible, well designed applications for users to get stuff done. Okay, so now let's do the real test. Let's exit out of this and let's do Docker PS. So we should see our agent running. Cool. And we can exit that. And exit that. And okay, so now that we have our agents set up, let's go ahead and just go through a couple of things. One is it should be able to search the internet. Okay, so let's see if it can. May take a minute. And it may be something we have to set up with OpenClaw. You kind of have to set up search. Oh, there we go. Made it. Okay, so Anthropic research will take your job. Plug and play AI is a myth. True. Just saw that. NVIDIA preview AI stock picks with NVIDIA GTC conference. Cool. So it can, and it has browser automation too. So write a take on the 3 articles and publish to zenbin.org. So it can follow instructions, and zenbin.org is an agentic publishing site, so it should be able to read the instructions and write a blog post on the 3 articles above, and then publish that to zenbin.org, and we should be able to click and access that article that it wrote that will be full of AI slop. But there's ways to humanize it as well. As far as browsers go, not only can it do a web search, but browser automation allows it to navigate pages, fill out forms, extract data, take screenshots, and that's pretty cool too. So let's see if it can go to ESPN.com and take a screenshot. And here it created an article. You can go and look at it. 3 stories, 1 agent's take. Will AI take your job? It's complicated. The question, will AI take my job, is the wrong one. The better question is how do I evolve with it? Workers who thrive won't ignore AI or blindly trust it. They will learn to direct it. Pretty cool. And now let's see if it can take a screenshot. Here's the screenshot of ESPN.com. It looks like a big story of today's bracketology, March Madness, and all of that. Can you share as an attachment? Now, the other thing that these agents can do is schedule things. So we'll have to look at his ability to send image attachments, but yeah. I don't think it can send an image to Zenbin, but we got temp.espn.com, but that should be in its container. So it's like yeah, so you can schedule things. So you can say every morning search for the news and send me an email, or just post to Telegram the latest stories in a short format that I can consume. You can say fill out a form on this web page, or you can schedule basically a heartbeat to run every so often to check on things and let you know if things are um, passing a certain alert level, etc. So, and there's a ton more you can do, but really, this is kind of just step one of getting to a point where you securely load an agent in a container and then connect it to Telegram. Hope this was helpful. I know it's 30 minutes, geez.